Hey, do I have something to talk about? Just hold on, folks, because I got a lot to say today. I'm back already. How's everybody doing? I'm going to give you all a chance to go in here because I got a lot to say today. Because, as a matter of fact, I got three things to speak about, but I'm going to give you all a chance to come in here because hopefully you'll see that I am uh, live, and you can come in if you like. I'm changing something again because I just did something I realized. I'm gonna give y'all a chance to come in, and when y'all come in, then I'm gonna really talk about the things. But I'm gonna talk about the hypocritical stance that, well, it's two things that I find hypocritical about the Republican Party and the Trump administration. And that's the thing with Jasmine Crockett. So I see there's somebody already that said that's in here liking it, but you can come on and you can if you're here, you can come on and you can come on and you can we can chat. Let me see who you are, and if you haven't, well, I'm gonna wait and let you hear what I gotta say, and then you can make the decision, make the choice of whether you want to subscribe to my big channel that I'm gonna give. But I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna wait for a few more. I got some people who always come, and I'm gonna see if they're gonna come in now because I want to talk about these things. I'm gonna talk about Jasmine Crockett, what she said about Governor Abbott, and how the Republicans are getting upset with her for what she said. I'm going to talk about the mess with, I can never say this gentleman's name wrong, and gentleman is a word I'm using lightly with him, about Pete Hedge, Hedseth, Hedseth, I believe that's how you say his name. But I am going to talk about that and the hypocrisy of that, and you know, and Donald Trump seeking revenge on his so-called enemies, you know. But like I said, I'm waiting for people to get in the chat. But I see there's people here. Maybe you're at work, so I'm not sure that what's going to happen, you know. But this has been a business as and also I'm going to talk about the Democratic win in Pennsylvania. Now that's a big one. That's a big, big win right there. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll give it a couple of more minutes, 6 more minutes and stuff. But anyway, hello, Miss Deja Heron. Brew. I don't know what that brew means. I'm not a guy. I'm a girl. I'm a girl. But anyway, you're welcome. How are you today? That's good to see. But anybody else, if you're available and you want to come up, but I just had to come up. All right, I guess I'll start with the Jasmine Crockett thing with the Republican backlash from her calling not Senator, Governor Abbott, for calling Governor Abbott the what did she call them? Oh, Hot Wheels Abbott or something. But And MAGA Republicans, everybody's upset, saying she's disrespectful because he's a disabled man. But does anybody that's listening to me, do you remember when Donald Trump mocked the disabled reporter, I think he was? And the guy was disabled, and it's all online. You can look it all up because people haven't forgotten. That was during the first administration, and all these MAGA Republicans, they laughed. They thought it was funny. Nobody made a remark. Now, I didn't know. I'm not a Texan. I don't live in the Southwest. I live in the Northeast, so. I never knew that they called this about I never knew they called Governor Abbott um, Hot Wheels. When I first saw Governor Abbott, I just thought he was a short individual. Never thought nothing about it. I thought he was just a short person, a little person. No big deal to me. I didn't like his politics, but I didn't question, him being a short guy, him being a monster or something. But then he had on a light colored suit, and that's when I noticed the back of the wheelchair, the handle on the wheelchair. I saw it, and then I looked him up, and I realized what had happened. Governor Abbott made his made his wealth from an accident that he was in, a very critical accident. He was jogging and a tree broke and fell on his back and paralyzed him. He sued and he won lots of money from the homeowner, from the tree trimming company who maintained the tree, and the tree had fell on him. He used his money, which he should have, to go to school, become a lawyer. I guess that was his aspiration in the first place. But anyway, nothing wrong with that. People sue all the time. You get hurt, you sue. The way he obtained his money, how he obtained his money through the lawsuit, when he got it to be a governor of Texas, he put in a law that capped how much people can receive for the same type of injury that he has. And I found that to be, about par for Republicans. And so now that, and Donald Trump, like I said, he was at that town hall meeting or something he was having with the Republican, with the Trump, people for Trump. And the guy was saying something and he couldn't get it out. And Donald went on his thing like a little kid, shaking and, you know, mocking the handicap reporter. But now, since Jasmine Crockett calls Abbott Hot Wheels, and from what I'm reading and from what I'm hearing, that anybody from Texas calls him Hot Wheels. That's what they call him. That's been his name for years. So my thing is, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't find nothing wrong with it myself. If you can't take it, you shouldn't. If you dish it out, be prepared to take it because somebody's gonna come back to you, and that's that. But let me know if you can put it in the comments if you agree with me or you don't agree with me. Uh, you don't have to, because you listen to me, people don't have to agree with me. I have my own opinion. I speak my mind. And, as long as we won't be calling people the N word and the B word and all this other, things that people like to call people. when they get mad with him. But now, if somebody chooses to do that, I can answer back. Oh, good morning, Donnie. How you doing? Wow. But yeah, I don't know if you heard the thing I talked about the hypocrisy of the Republican Party with for Jasmine Crockett calling Greg Abbott Hot Wheels. Hey, it is what it is. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. So I was always told, hey, you can dish it out. You better be prepared to take it because it's gonna come back to you. So that's how that goes. And yes, that was. I wasn't expecting that. I said, "Oh my God, she done it again." But you know us black girls. You know us, and that's a girl after my own heart. Cause I'm the same way. Cause I'm the same doggone way, Donnie. If you say something to me and I don't like it, I'm coming back for you. And let's not forget the episode she did on Marjorie Taylor, M- MTG. Me and my daughter-in-law was talking about that this morning. We was laughing. Everybody I know, we all love Jasmine Crockett because black girls rock. But that's neither here nor there. But glad to see you here, and yeah, so that's that. But anybody got an opinion, they don't like what I said, feel free to comment. Feel free to comment, cause everybody got an opinion. An opinion is like a butthole. Everybody got one. That's the end of that. Now moving on to the next thing. Now, what did I say I was going to talk about? Child, I got so involved with Jasmine Crockett and what she's saying. Okay, we going to go to Donald Trump and Pete and the Secretary of Defense. That's what I'm going to call him, the Secretary of Defense. Now, you remember they fired, I don't know the guy's name, the acting joint chairman the staff, I think that's how you say it, chairman of staff for the armed forces, who was a black man who took Lloyd Austin's place. Well, when Pete Hegseth got in, he saluted him as a general. When he got in, he decided to fire him because, oh, he's DEI hire. Okay, you say he's a DEI hire, but they fired him who this guy, and I can't remember his last name, and if you know his last name, please, anybody who knows this black general who was the acting chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, he, what his last name was, anyway, long story short, Peach, now, I keep saying Pete, his name is Pete, not Peach. Um, he, uh, the black guy it was a four-star general, so they fired him and replaced him with a three-star general who didn't have his experience. Okay, so now you have Pete Hegseth, who was, from what I'm reading, was in the National Guard, wasn't in the regular military, and he's Secretary of Defense. So now you got two people heading the Defense Department, have our national security. And so it so what happened is you have these two people who are highly unqualified doing the military, in control of the military. Pete Hegseth, who was a drunk, known drunk, got fired, let go from things for his alcoholism, which I don't knock anybody. We all have problems. but he's in there. So they're planning on striking, doing you know, a strike in Yemen because this is Trump's. Trump is a big warmonger, people. Trump is a really big warmonger. So you have uh he dying to drop a bomb on somebody. But anyway, long story short, if you remember when Hillary Clinton, there was a big thing when she ran, when Donald Trump ran against Hillary Clinton about the emails she used. They were supposedly on an unsecured site. She was using an unsecured site, but she never put anything secure. She told him it was investigated. They found that there was no secure information, top secret information shared on the email service she used. I don't remember which one it was, but I remember the story. But anyway, the Republicans, oh, she needs to be impeached. They used that against her. That's why one of the reasons why she didn't win the election. Okay, now these Pete Hegseth and this three-star general and the CIA somehow they used they they didn't use the secure line. It's called Star, I think it is, but whatever. They took and included a journalist of the Atlantic newspaper who is Goldberg, I think his last name is. Anyway, whoever this journalist was, he said he thought it was a joke at first, but then he started listening. He actually was in on a top secret defense of a planning of how they were going to attack Yemen. And he released the report. And now there is I don't hear anybody saying anything. Oh, it was just a glitch in the system. No, it wasn't just a glitch in the system. It was incompetence. Because we have, as much as Trump is against DEI, we have two DEI people that I know of. And as a matter of fact, the whole administration is full of DEI folks who are loyal to Trump. And any dumb ratchet mess that Trump comes up with, and Elon Musk, that's a whole nother story right there. These are all DEI hires. They got rid of the black man who had more experience, who would have never done that. And they put in place uh, a man that had no experience whatsoever, and a four-star general that basically didn't have the experience. Why? Because he was white. So, because he was a white man, because they were all white. He's desegregating the military. He's he's resegregating the military. You know, Hooktown, whatever that means. I never knew what that means, but hey, it must mean something good. How are you, Major Otto? Major Order. Yes. But anyway, they wanted the best men, the best people who they consider to be white people, because to me, when Trump and MAGA talk about DEI, that's the new N word, as far as that's the new word. I don't like to say N word. I like to say what it is. That's the new word for nigga. Because everybody who is black is a DEI hire. They telling us we stupid. They telling black folks they stupid. And I'm here to tell them, I don't have a stupid bone in my body. I don't have a stupid on my bone. I won't say I'm the brightest person. I won't say I'm a genius, but I'm not stupid. I know trash when I hear it. I know what I hear. So I'm not one of these uh, blacks for Trump people. The man said he was going to deport uh, immigrants as soon on day one. What did he do? He did a mass deportation. I live in a building that is predominantly Hispanic, and and they all voted for him. I couldn't talk to him. I couldn't reason with him. Well, people, oh, he's only going to deport the ones that are the criminals, the Venezuelans. No, he deported all of y'all. That's a little digression, but I'm not one of those people that could fall for him. He can't, and uh, I'm not. I don't consider myself a FBA. In case y'all don't know what FBA means, it means foundationally Black American. I'm a Black American, and Black America, a Black American history is American history. Black history is American history. So they're doing all this stuff. But anyway, getting back to Hedgepeth and his group, they they just screwed up. We about to all get killed. We ain't gonna have to worry about voting again. Oh, that's another thing. Trump has said that we won't have to vote again if we vote for him. Did they literally think that they were going to walk in here and do X? Oops, sorry. X. Did he really think that he was going to walk through here and him and that Voight, who is the mastermind of the Heritage Foundation, who wrote up Project 2025, was going to get in here and do the nonsense that they were going to do, and people weren't going to say nothing to them? What the heck was wrong with these people? And it's taking time, but if you notice, things are starting to heat up. People are getting mad. People are getting mad. Trump does the after everything. He got a new prime minister of Canada who took Trudeau's place. He got the man threatening to cut off some of the lights because Canada controls the Canadian grid power. In Canada controls parts of upstate New York, parts of the Midwest, all the way from Canada all the way to Minnesota. And they threatened to put Americans in the dark. And from what I heard, I think Shine, I have trouble saying this, Sheinbaum, I think her name is. California asked for water or for something from them, and she said no. I don't blame them. I'm not mad with them. You want to do us dirty, we'll do you. Put tariffs on us in there. Now, John, I'm not a liquor drinker, so I I don't really know about this, but I think it's called Jack Daniels, a liquor, and there's a Hispanic drink, and I think it's called Tio somebody. I'm not a liquor drinker, so I don't know the names, but anyway, they're they're taking everything that's made in the United States off the shelf. If it's made in the United States, they ain't even selling it. So they ain't worried about paying imports on it because ain't nobody going to be able to buy it. Okay? If you haven't already bought it, you won't be able to buy it because they ain't paying no imports to us. And, we got all of this going on. So we got all three things going on. Now they done went and bombed these people and got these people mad with us. Probably gonna be coming over here and doing some blowing up shit like they blew up before. Please forgive me, YouTube, but this is really getting on my nerves right now. Every day you look, you know, and I burned some eggs up. I fell asleep and burned eggs. Burnt 9 eggs. You might as well say I burned a dozen of eggs at $9. I didn't know whether to scream, cry, or holler. I was so upset because I burnt the eggs. These people got us not knowing whether we coming, whether we going, whether we black, whether we blue or white with this mess. But he said he was going to lower prices. Ain't did a damn thing. And everybody fell for the okie dokie. Everybody fell for it. Black folks included. Now they messing with Social Security. Now that's where I get mad because I paid for it. I paid into my Social Security and I paid into my pension. And I'll be damned if I'm going to take a cut in anything. I'm not taking a cut in nothing. Don't mess with my money. I paid in it. Nobody gave me nothing. I didn't get no public assistance. I didn't get no Section 8. I didn't get none of that stuff. I worked. I paid for everything. I struggled. I paid for everything. And I'm entitled to what? And I'm planning on writing to my congressman and complaining. And the reason why I'm really not doing, because Donna here knows how I do when when I have my computer and things. I'm using my phone. That's why I'm so limited right now. I'm really limited of what I can do. And I'm going to put my Cash App out there because I'm going to tell you, my Cash App is $ capital PUMPKIN 72 if you can to donate anything, $1.50, whatever you can to my Cash App so I can hurry up and get my equipment and get back to doing it like I used to do it with with my StreamYard account because StreamYard went up. And right now I'm financially strapped. I ain't lying. But anyway, and even if you don't care, you're still welcome to join me. But any donation you could give me would be, I would appreciate it. If it's $1 or two, yeah, if enough of them get on there, it adds up. But anyway, uh, I'm, so all these things are coming out, but people are waking up. People are waking up because this is going to be a long 2 years, people. Because we got an idiot and a drunk, and a Nazi, and that's another thing. Elon Musk. Who the hell gave him the right? He ain't even elected. Who the hell gave him the right to go looking and see what I paid into my Social Security and telling me if I got a pension I can't have both? That's BS to me, and I'm putting it mildly. No, you ain't taking my money. And like I said, and if I get my computer back like I want it, and I'm writing, I'm writing to whoever I got to write to, cause this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous wanting people to give up their Social Security depending on um, how much pension you get. Here's an example of what they talk about. This is the way I interpret it. Okay, I can tell you this because my dear sister passed away. She worked for 42 years. I worked for the state of New Jersey. She worked for the county. She worked for Essex County, which is a county in New Jersey. She worked for 42 years. She paid 42 years in the pension plan. When she retired, her pension was 25 plus. I think it was like 26, maybe 27, but it was pretty close to 5,000. It would have been 3,000. I'm sorry. It would have probably been 3,000 or over, but she took her early retirement, and she passed away. But they would cut her, excuse me, her Social Security because her Social Security was like $1,600 a month. So we're talking close to 3, 4 thousand, maybe 5,000 monthly with her pension and her Social Security. But because her pension was the 25 or 26, whatever I told you it was, I forgot already. But she would have to give up her Social Security. Okay? Does that make sense? Musk says that the Musk says that the Social Security program is a Ponzi. No, it isn't a Ponzi. If you remember, uh, Bush, Bush the son, borrowed money. Republicans now borrowed money when they gave the tax break for the rich people. Borrowed the money, trillions of dollars from the Social Security fund, and and used it to give rich people tax cuts, and and never replaced the money. Never replaced the money. Never ever replaced the money. Nope, never replaced it. Which made and now they keep hollering, so, oh, Social Security is going broke. No, Social Security isn't going broke. If you put the money back that Bush borrowed that you never put back, and you stop giving SSI out to drug addicts, and I see it all the time, and someone classified drug addiction as an illness. And I disagree with that. I've always disagreed with that, and I will disagree with it, and I will tell anybody who asks me. Drug addiction is not a disease, it's a choice. I believe, and this is my opinion, I believe that everybody is entitled to a second chance. My problem with the way giving drug addicts a check every month is once they go into treatment, they get everything set up, they get their SSI set up, they get their money every month, and they leave the program. They don't finish the program, they leave it. That's a choice. You choose to be a drug addict if you leave. Now, if you want to help, I'm all for it. Give it to those who really want the help, and if they want the help and they get the help and they need it to get on their feet, they get a job, they get their families back together, and they get their life together, and they maintain their sobriety for not for 2 3 years, and they don't need it for 2 or 3 years, and then they relapse. No, that's a choice. You go back to it, and some people say I'm very mean and very hard-hearted, but my point is, if you don't give them $800 or $900 a month every time Social Security recipients like myself who have work, every time we get a raise, they get a raise. The average drug addict on SSI gets 900 a month. And not all SSI recipients are drug addicts, and I'm not saying that. So I hope nobody takes you know takes heart to what I'm saying, thinking I don't want people who are sick to get it. But I'm saying about your hardcore drug addicts, you know who they are. You know who they are. Because you have to tell that you got an illness and stuff, and you don't go into rehab for drug addiction if you don't have one. But, you know, that's just my opinion on it. So that's that's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me. Cut them out. Now they have this rule where you have to come in to the office because Now, this is ridiculous, but I thought it was ridiculous in the beginning. They're saying that there's people who've been dead for 100, that they would be 150 years old, and their social security numbers are being used. And I was kind of upset with uh, with Elon Musk when he said that. But there are people who work in I hate to say it, I believe they work in Social Security, and when people die, they get their numbers and they're selling them, and it's called CPN. So there is fraud in that. Now he's right about that, and they should look into that and cut anybody using them old numbers, cut it off and make them pay the money back. Now I agree with Musk, and ain't too much. I agree with him, but I do agree with that. So there is some Trump. Uh, I don't know how to give you a wrench on this, Donnie, to be truthful. I gotta figure that one out because I'm on my phone. But you know what? I'm hoping next time, Donnie, look on YouTube. I have a computer, but I can't do. I can't. I don't know how to give you one, but I'm gonna find it. Oh, I know how I can put you on. I have to go to my computer and put you in there. I'm gonna put your name down, and the next time I go live, look, you should have a wrench. Oh, that's who this Major Auto is, whatever the hell his name is. I was gonna figure out who he was after this was over and get rid of him because I done stayed on here longer than I meant to stay on here. I'm gonna stay on here another 3 minutes and then I gotta go because I gotta get my day started. I ain't got time with foolishness. But let me see. You know what you can do, Donnie? You see where his name, Major Auto, is? Hit his name, and it will delete. It will ask you, do you want to delete his saying? Try that while we talking. See where it says the underneath your picture where Major Auto is. Get hit that and see if he'll see if you can make him leave. Try that. Yeah, but I'm gonna put you where the is until we get this thing going. So anyway, it's a whole bunch of stuff. And Donnie, you know how we used to do it when I had my thing set up real good. Cause the computer I have now is not good. I can't do nothing with it. I can't do nothing with it. Try hitting the picture. You know, try like underneath where your picture says Major Auto. Try doing that because you know it should take them out. But anyway, if it don't, so I don't know what this is talking about, but anyway, so that's it. I really gotta go, you know. But if you do that, try that, Donnie, before I go. If you hear me, if you're still on here. But, yeah, I don't know what the hell Hawthorne is, and really don't care what it is, you know. I'm gonna give you that wrench. Believe me, I give you that wrench, because on here you need a wrench, because these people ain't got a damn bit of sense on here, you know. So let me see if I can do it. There you go. I did it. Yeah, I ain't reviewing shit. There you go. All you gotta do, I told you, all you gotta do is hit the hit the button underneath. Anything you see down there, feel free to do it. I'm gonna get you a wrench. You don't necessarily need a wrench to do it, but it's going. But anyway, you all, it was nice talking to you down here, and I want you to come back. Remember, you're gonna come back, okay? Cause I'm gonna be doing it from my computer. And the thing of it is, I don't have a touch screen computer anymore, a laptop anymore. So it's gonna be kind of hard to do it on YouTube, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I got something I'm gonna do today. I'm going downtown and I'm gonna buy something today, and then I'll be able to do it. You know, yeah, yeah. So, well, I'm getting it together, like I said. And anybody who out here, whoever hear this or go back and read it, anybody care to donate to my Cash App, like $1 or two, five, whatever you can give, so I can get this computer, the computer I really want, the one with the touchscreen. That way I can do what I gotta do with a whole bunch of stuff. But it, it's $, capital PUMPKIN, capital CAT 72. That's my Cash App. So if you care to give, you give. If you don't, you don't. You're still welcome. It's okay. All right. Have a good day, everybody.